38118. This is going to be Oak Haven Parkway Village. I'm moving geographically on the map, and sometimes it's confusing, not our numbers. So 38118, as we are continuing to go, we started at 381-125, 38141. We went northwest a little bit for 115. Now we're going to come back down a little bit, 118. Oak Haven Parkway Village. This has been historically, when I have talked to investors on the phone, they say, hey, where would you go first? This has been where I've started investors out at. The reasoning for me has been, so a little history on 118. When the city was being really developed in the 60s and 70s, you know, Elvis lived in 116, and that was kind of the premier subdivision. Well, 118 was the graduation from there to more affordable homes. Okay. Those were smaller. We're gonna see the numbers here in a second, but there's per square feet were smaller. They're mainly on one level. And they're mainly all brick houses.
They are.
We can see some duplexes in 38118. This is a pocket where the city, for whatever reason in that time frame, built a fair amount of duplexes. The problem is they're all on one street. You know what I mean? So you've got an entire street full of lower end tenants than you do in the rest of the zip code. So this is where investors can get in a little bit of trouble. You're buying something that you think is one thing and it turns out to be another. So let's get into those numbers real quick on 38118, and then we'll talk more about that. The number of sales from January 1 to July 31st is 372. Average square feet is 1415, and our average sales price is 86,200. Compared to 1 year ago, it was 334 sales through July 31st. Same square feet, 1444, and our average sales price was 74,657. So we're up some. Look, what's the number here? We're up 3118. We're up 17% from our sales price from 1 year ago. 86,000 to me, though, and an average sales price in there is still a very affordable and good entry level point, in my opinion, to get into investing.
Yeah, because of the rents and. Again, and now I'm thinking about it. This is not fun data to share, because 10 years ago the average sale price, $35,000, but the rent probably was $650, $700. Now you're pushing $850. We're probably managing over Crest Core Realty is probably managing over 100 plus properties over there. And the average rent's $825 to $850.
Yeah,
so
that is
that
exactly
range.
Right.
So, but again, you can have properties that pushing $1,100 rents. For the right property, a bigger 3.2 over there,
1,500 square foot 3.2 over there is going to get you that rent
but
for
like
sure.
you said, you have some duplexes, you have some smaller 3.1s.
The duplexes, Dobbins Ferry, and some of those areas right there. I mean, if you're going to ask me about that, I'm going to tell you just to proceed with caution. I just want the condition to be good, and I want the tenants to be fairly strong. If it's occupied, if it's vacant, then you're in a lot better control to occupy that with your own tenant. But so just proceed with caution. I used to say, hey, stay away from that. Don't go anywhere near a street with duplexes. There's been, as like in every area, they're going through and renovating these homes, these duplexes. And I think that's providing a higher quality tenant and a higher quality price.
I sit in a loan committee for a hard money lender, as well as for a community bank. So I'm seeing underwriting of these as investors buying these properties. And in all the zip codes we're talking about, but especially something like 118, 115, 141. This is where investors are active. This is where people are buying property, and some flippers are selling to investors. Some flippers are some of these are buy and hold type buying and underwriting themselves for that, or that we're underwriting for them to purchase those properties and rent them out.
Big zip code. A lot of houses. I mean, if you look at the number that I just gave you, I mean, there's 372 sales. I mean, we're 130 more than 38115, and we're over 100 from 38141 more sales. There's way more activity in 118 from an availability standpoint than in a lot of zip codes. It's another reason why I like it.
And it's a lot of reason why Crest Core manages a lot of properties over there, because it's a big area.
Bigger zip code.
And one of the things, and this is where it kind of gets into that city, county taxes, as you know this, because of the way the city has grown, the infrastructure as far as roads and utilities and access is great.
Yeah.
It's throughout the city of Memphis because of the way it's grown that you can get places quick
from that location.
It's not a lot of.
I mean, DeSoto County, Mississippi in 5 minutes.
Yes.
I mean, this zip code stretches all the way down to the county line.
Yep.
Or county line.
The
That's a Mississippi kid
county,
talking.
the county, the Shelby County, DeSoto County, but the state line as well. Yeah. It all runs
been living in
together.
Mississippi too long.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 38118. I have, again, you're going to hear me today say this a lot, but I have no issues with 38118. If the property checks out condition and we can get it for the right price, continue to buy there. I'll continue to buy in 38118. So really bullish on Oak Haven Parkway Village 38118. Okay, let's